Trzymaj tam tula.
What's up? What's happening? What's going on? We got a video for you today. We're getting into the Technomancer. I know it seems kind of off, seems kind of strange. We've been doing trickster videos, mainly been covering trickster videos for the past month or so. That is primarily my main. However, big shout out to one of my viewers and moderator, Reptilian Rain. It helps out a lot on the live stream over at twitch.tv/KingValiant. If you'd like to come by and hang out, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in the evenings, and Sunday afternoon. I'd love to see you guys there. We've recently been checking out Final Fantasy 14, seeing what's going on. With that said, big shout out to Reptilian Rain again. He showed me this build. He sent it to me, and he was like, hey, I think I have a really cool idea for AP Techno. And I said, dude, this is awesome. I love the way this plays. He was like, we should make a video about it. I really think this build has got a lot of potential. It still needs a lot of work because it's not the fastest thing. Look, I'm going to say this very bluntly, guys. This is not a meta speed run AP style build, okay? This isn't like how AP dev can play and actually do some fast runs with it. I did archways in about sub 11 minutes on gold, but I made some mistakes, and you could probably get it down to sub 10 minutes. But however, some people might be trying to find might be coming across some staleness in the game, especially say like if they're playing techno and playing firepower, and maybe they want to try the AP build. This is the build for you then, if that is the case. I love blowing shit up. I'm just going to be blunt about it. And this build revolves around that. You're using the rocket launcher. You're using the little mini missile launcher. You're throwing toxic everywhere. Oh man, it's just a blast. But I want to showcase this to you guys, so we're going to get into that. Before I do though, be sure to drop a like on the video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. And be sure to ring the bell if you want to be notified when a new video is dropped. I will be covering some more Technomancer content and then probably getting into some of the other classes, the more Outriders things. But we have been live streaming some Final Fantasy 14 if you'd like to come check that out again. Until next time, make sure you do a good deed and put a smile on someone's face. All right, so we're going to be into the skills right now. First things first, plain and simple, we're going to be using all the stuff that goes boom, except for the grenades. Sag. I tried to make it work. I couldn't make it work. So the very first skill is going to be pain launcher. This is that little missile launcher that you place on the ground. The reason why we do this is we couple this with a few mods that actually gives us our replenishment back on our rocket launcher. It freezes enemies, and which thus also increases more damage. And we have some class nodes in the class tree that is going to give us some damage and armor. Then we do the centerpiece of the entire build, Tool of Destruction. Now, this has like a double combo wombo system to it. You can hold down wherever you keybind it to activate the minigun, or you can just press it once to activate the rocket launcher. Now, this build revolves around the rocket launcher. If you change up a few things, you could use a minigun, but here's the thing. The rocket launcher, when I use this build, I was able to use in groups, and I was able to use in solo, all right? And still be able to push gold. With the minigun, it falls short when you get out of solo, unfortunately. But hey, if you can make it work, then go for it. The minigun's just as cool, but me, I like the rocket launcher. And then for the third thing is blighted turret. The cool thing about this is we use this for a few reasons. I know it's not to spread toxic. If it was actually good at spreading toxic, euthanizer and radical therapy would be a really cool combo, even on an AP build. But in this case, use it for a few reasons. One, when you throw it, you get class node activations. Two, when you throw it, you can use it as like a distraction, almost like a taunt or decoy, where the AI will go and try and attack it, and it buys you time. And three, I forgot, so we'll just go with the first two. Now let's move on to the class tree, which I will be putting this down in the description below for you guys. Just click on it and you guys can just copy and paste it however you see fit. But the very first thing we're taking is the one you have to take. We're going bottom tree with a little bit of middle. Of course, you take the first thing of anomaly power. Then we're going to go to Ordnance Technician. We want to reduce cooldown of both the pain launcher and the tools of destruction. This hits both of those, so this is a big choice. Then we're taking the AP. Then we're going to take the top build, increase your resistance by 20%. Hey, survivability is nice. Techno is kind of squishy. Their regen for when they kill stuff is not as chunky because it's like the damage you do, you get back as health. So this helps with survivability. Then we're going on to the next one that we have to take, Anomaly Field, more APs, never bad. Now this is when it starts to get a little weird. We're going to go down to the bottom and get Adrenalizing Antenna. This is where you get your AP boost from when you throw your blighted turret. That was one of the activations, or one of the reasons why we use it. But read this carefully. Increases anomaly power for you and your allies. That's big. That means if you are playing with a Devi or a Pyro or an AP Trickster, you're going to help out your team too. So it's kind of nice that we get to still play a little bit of that support role. Then we go up the middle. Enemies below 30% health receive 20% more damage. This is awesome because most of the time, if you're doing this explosion stuff and they're a really tanky boss, it doesn't do enough to like one shot or like do all the damage in one roll mag. When you do this, you can go up to him, Modi wins, boom, extra 20% right there, which makes it hit big. Then we're gonna go up to take the increased max health, again, helping with that survivability. Increased skill leech, same thing. Max health, same thing. Then we're gonna be taking exposing frost. Every time freeze is inflicted on an enemy, vulnerable status is inflicted as well. This means increased damage, all right? And remember what I said about the pain launcher is gonna be coming in handy with some mods that freezes enemies. This is why we wanna take exposing frost. So then continuing on the bottom tree, we're taking ordnance technician again. Again, getting that cooldown down. Guys, I'll show you before we go back to the gear why we do that. Taking the AP for 6%, going to the top for more AP means more damage. Resistance piercing, gotta take it, but it helps, increases the damage for your abilities and also your Moni wins. Taking the necessary, have to take AP. Then we're gonna go take the big node here and going forward. We're gonna take the top one, which increases your armor by 50% when you cast Tools of Destruction and Pain Launcher. Now, if you find yourself not really needing this, you're more than welcome to change it out. However, technos are squishy. I liked having that survivability when I was in solo. So if you're playing with a group, you can maybe switch this out for something else that maybe you think would be a better fit. But again, that's entirely up to you. Then we're gonna take team player, decrease elite damage against you and your allies. Nice for survivability, and nice to be able to be a, well, team player. Taking that AP by 6% again, and we're taking the end node, the capstone, where we are getting that big AP boost when we cap TOD, or when we cast TOD and Pain Launcher. Now, before I move into the gear, I do want to go back to the skills real quickly and show you why we are taking what we are taking. Between our gear and the nodes we take for reducing cooldown, look at where we have these skills at. We have 11.6 seconds for Pain Launcher. That goes by really quickly. 4.8 seconds for Blighted Turret. If anything, it's really good to throw as a decoy, as like kind of like a taunt, and the fact that you'll have it up that much is awesome. Which basically means you should always have the 30% AP boost you get from casting it. And then 23.1 seconds for Tools of Destruction. It's long, but again, it goes by really quick, because with this build you kind of play like Call of Duty Zombies, where you make like a big train of them and you have them follow you, and then you pop your stuff. So you can find times to fill that slot in. Now onto the inventory. Going with our holy trinity that every AP build uses. Death Shield, Anemoy, and Torment and Agony. Throwing on the Moni Wins triple with the fortress there, and Clip Combustion here, which is like a mini Moni Wins. But onto the important things. We are using the 3-piece Grim Inventor's Mask. The reason being is because this is where you get that ammo replenishment for your rocket launcher when you cast Pain Launcher. Now keep this in mind, guys. This doesn't happen all the time, right? It happens once. Once you use that Pain Launcher to refill that Tools of Destruction or your rocket launcher ammo, you can't do it again until your Tools of Destruction is used and it comes back off cooldown. Kind of actually want to give PCF some credit for seeing this, because if they would have made it to where that wasn't the case, we could have made an endless rocket launcher build and I would have had a heyday with it. We're gonna be taking the Grim Inventor's Mask. We're gonna be keeping Rocket Man on there, gives us more rockets. I'm gonna be slapping on Power Simulation. I actually keep this on no matter what map I'm going on. I want that extra AP, and most of the time there's at least a few elites, so I'm usually a constant 30k AP boost. Because of this though, and with this build, I'll have you know I have been able to gold Frontline, Archways, Chem Plant, a good variety of them. I'm actually going to showcase the Archways at the end. For the chest, we're taking the Grim Inventor's Coat. We're going to keep the Cannonade on there, but we're going to throw on Bang for Your Buck. This makes it to where when you activate TOD, it grants 100% base ammo increase for that selected tool. So in this case, more ammo for the rocket launcher, i.e. more rocket. Then you're going to want to find some decent pants and gloves. For the pants, we're going to be doing Portable Armory. You want to find it with that on there, or Demolition Man, one or the other, and then swap out the other one that you don't have. But in this case, I found them with Portable Armory. Again, more rockets, more damage. And then I threw on Demolition Man, which makes each rocket deal more damage. This isn't the perfect god roll. It's anomaly power, cooldown reduction, and long range damage. I'd like to have skills life leech on it, but it is what it is. I will say I haven't tested yet if it counts towards the rocket launcher on long range damage, but I don't think it does, but would be something that if you guys wanted to try out, you most certainly could. For the gloves, same thing. I got lucky and I was able to find freeze barrage on these, which inflicts freeze on enemies affected by each rocket explosion by pain launcher. This is what I said earlier when I said when you cast pain launcher, it's going to freeze enemies, or we're going to have this combo wombo. Speaking of combo wombo, you're going to take Shatter off the Borealis set and you're going to slap it on these gloves, dealing 25% more damage to any enemy afflicted by freeze. It's kind of massive because you're going to be able to freeze a lot. A pain launcher is only 12-second cooldown. It's going to be active. For the boots, we take Grim Inventor's boots. Keep the Rain of Pain. Decreasing the cooldown by 34% is absolutely insane. I'm loving it. More explosions makes me a happy techno. And then you're going to slap on Captain Hunter. I feel like it's a staple. Guys, 25% more damage to elites. That's massive. You can't go wrong with it. That being said, you're going to probably ask yourself, okay, why do we take Grim Inventor's boots? It's got max health. Absolutely pointless. Very good question. The reason being is because sometimes the mod that you can pick outweighs the raw stat damage increase from, say, being with anomaly power or something like that. And that's exactly what happened here. Throwing on the pants of the Grim Inventor pants, you have special delivery, you know, and I tried using them, right? It increases a rocket explosion radius by 33%. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it's not worth it when I can get an extra mod, in this case Demolition Man, for example, each rocket doing 210,000 more damage. Now going into the actual play style of AP Techno or the Rocket Man build, this is different. Okay, there's downtime and then there's on time. I guess you could call that clunky in a way, but it does have a nice flow to it. You just have to remember not to rush in all the time because you're not always going to be on, right? Where firepower trickster, firepower techno, you get your ammo back, you're always shooting, it's always on, there's always something to do. Where in archways at the very beginning, I actually don't attack anything for like a good 30 seconds. I round them all up in the middle and then boom, pop Moni wins, right? You got to play a little smarter with this because of the way the build is designed with the cooldowns. So you have to pick and choose and you have to plan your abilities out basically. Aside from that, aside from knowing that on and off time, you want to keep track of your Moni wins. A lot of people do the thing where they dump the mag and the secondary and the sidearm and then just drop one bullet down in the primary. You can do that. I've been doing it. It is really fast, but you have to be aware of switching out and knowing where your switches are. I personally think that it's easier to just drop one bullet in each and just press R. It's kind of like activating the keybind. I've played WoW for a lot of years, so it kind of feels more natural to me. But you know, find whatever is more comfortable for you. Do keep track of that Moni win cooldown though. If it helps, use the timer in the expedition as a way to track that internal cooldown. That's what I've used, and it helps me remember when it's actually up. The other piece of advice I would say with the playstyle of this is, if I had to give you a skills rotation, it would look something like this. You would throw Blighted Turret, AP boost. You would throw Pain Launcher, freeze, damage boost. And then you would pop Tools of Destruction, and then you'd go to town. That said, don't do that all the time. Don't waste your Tools of Destruction. I like to prioritize it on elites. So for example, if it's nothing but a bunch of little perforos and, you know, venomous perforos or riflemen or what have you, you know, then I'll round them up and I'll just use Moni wins. Moni wins does a lot of damage, okay? And I'll throw Blighted Turret and then do Moni wins to kind of help with the armor and all that, or even use Pain Launcher because both of them are short cooldowns. Well, Tools of Destruction, you really want to plan that out. So if you do it right, you get 24 rockets total, hitting from anywhere from 500 to 750,000 a piece without a pyro. Give me a debuff pyro and this is going to go to town. So that would be kind of what I would say. You can watch a build demonstration video. It really gives you a good idea of how it will be. It's a different playstyle, but it's fun. And I love the Rocket Man build. I really encourage you guys to give it a shot. Let me know what you guys thought. If you think there's a better way to improve it, hey, do it. You know, I love to hear it. But guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. The continued support and love has been absolutely awesome. I hope to see you all around. And like I said, if you like the content, you like the videos, like what I'm doing here, go ahead and drop a like, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time.